if I get the quick no, and not just, I'm not talking about just work, I'm just talking about in general. Like if it's too quick or we can't do that.
Yeah.
I just say, well, my son was born deaf and he can hear, which he can. He was born deaf, and this is, Sladen.
Yeah.
Yep. And at 2 years old, he's bilateral cochlear implanted, so he can hear me. So when someone says we can't do that, I'm like, well,
yeah.
I love it when he says that.
That's the best one.
But it's
I wish I could use that.
But it puts some stuff in perspective. That's what I'm trying to do. Is like let's get out of that silo. Let's put in perspective. Let's figure out a way. Because if we can do that, we can definitely get this case over here if need be.
What's up, Camden County? You are catching episode 102 of the Get In Your Business podcast. I'm your host, Alison Shores with the Camden County Chamber of Commerce. This Getting In Your Business podcast is made possible by our Chairman Circle sponsors, Georgia Power Company, Sparklight, Plug Power, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, Ameris Bank, Georgia's Own Credit Union, Lockheed, and Comcast. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Y'all, I'm excited, as y'all all know. But today I have Jamie and Jason from Sysco, and I'm so excited. Jamie, we really appreciate you in this community. But I really wanted to bring y'all on here to just kind of talk about some things we're seeing with food lately, kind of get a little update on the market. And then I just want to remind people about how awesome you guys are, because you don't toot your own horns enough. And I just feel the need that people need to know the services that you guys can provide, and especially what you do here in our community and taking care of our restaurants. We are very appreciative of you. And Jason, we are so glad that you joined us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yay. So where do we want to start, guys? Jamie, I don't know where you want to start, but let's kind of start with the market. Like, what are things looking like right now? What are restaurants feeling, and what are the consumers feeling?
Well, the consumers are definitely feeling. I would say one of the things right now is produce. Produce has been rough. It's basically it's God. I mean, there's nothing you can really do. So,
and are we talking like, is that because of the drought? Or are we talking?
It has a lot to do with the drought. It has a lot to do with supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
Supply is still high, and there's just not enough product. So, like, for instance, right now, I know like iceberg lettuce, romaine, tomatoes, they're getting better, but as of right now, they're still a little rough. And the craziest thing in this industry is when something is really, like, the quality's bad,
mm-hmm.
that's when it's the most expensive, which is wild.
It's the American way.
It's the American way.
But when it's the cheapest, that's when it's the best quality. Especially, I mean, with produce, that's how it's always worked.
It's supply and demand, right? Just like if supply is down and demand's up, price is up.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the supply for the crops are down because of the drought. There's a lot of factors, where we're pulling from, especially local produce.
Mm-hmm.
But there's, like Jamie Lee too, they're an act of God. We would use that as a phrase for the drought. And the drought happens every year.
Yeah.
But then how do we get the product?
Yeah.
We're going to have to go from pulling from the West Coast, which then factors in
all kinds of
a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Buying it right and all that stuff. And it's going to hold a lot of variables that people don't see. All they see is that sticker shock price.
And you mentioned something, with freight, and I know that when we start talking about that, it can go in 10,000 different directions. But one thing that you guys have taught me with freight, and I'm not talking about all the gas prices and all that crap, like none of that, but really talking about the freight. Things matter in freight, and how you pack your trucks or what are they called? The containers, the big, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So like and I didn't realize, like, if you guys weren't on top of all that, like you could easily make all your prices go sky high. And so like, but you guys do such a great job. I had no idea, like, if you pack half the container or the full container, either way, you're paying for the full container. It makes sense when you think about it, but I've never stopped to actually like think, oh, that kind of matters. You need to do.
Yeah, a lot of it just comes down to if you're buying the product right, and then what time of the year you're buying it at,
mm-hmm.
right? So sometimes we might get a fluctuation in whatever product, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got to do a spot buy where we're going to pay a higher price, but we're not going to out of stock our customers. And as long as we let them know what we're doing, there's no hidden agenda here, right? We're just making sure that you have product to sell to turn a profit. But again, everything goes back to how you buy it, where is it coming from, how you picking it up, are you picking it up, third party picking
mm-hmm.
it up, all those variables, right? There's a lot of behind the scenes negotiation, so to speak, to get that price to our warehouse at a better price to give it to the end user.
And I don't think people realize what all goes into getting you a price for the food.
It's unreal.
There's a lot of factors.
Y'all have opened my eyes to that. Just just having conversations with you and learning so much. I didn't know that so much went into, and I think that's why I keep wanting to bring you back on, because I want to make sure people know all the things that Sysco has to offer as far as a food distributor, like here in just everywhere, because y'all are a bigger brand than just like locally. But for me, this is all about, local. And so I've just learned so very much. And you guys are always adding to what you are providing to your customers, which ultimately helps the consumer of those.
Yeah.
Of those
And there's actually a
restaurants.
platform that we have, our Sysco Market Corner, that anybody can just Google Sysco Market Corner, pull it up.
Well, that's what I was going to talk about. We were talking about that tool. Tell everybody what exactly it is.
So basically, it's a tool that's going to show you for that week, coming up for the next week, what prices are going up and what prices are going down. It's going to show you why. It's going to tell you exactly why. And it's not just for produce. It's for poultry. It's for, anything.
So, like, I don't have an account with Sysco, obviously.
You don't have to. Anybody.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, can I just...
Anybody. And this is
Good
not
for
only,
retail.
Yeah. And not only this is going to help out restaurant owners, but this is help out people going to the grocery store. So if they walk into Publix and be like, my goodness, why is this so expensive?
Now you can know why.
Now you can know why. Yeah.
And I think we all just want to know the why,
Mm-hmm.
like, but that's so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So
Comes out, and the new one comes out every Friday.
what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tool that I use, especially with all the restaurant owners in town, because I want to let them get ahead of it and be like, hey, tomatoes are going to be really expensive next week. Maybe not put them on your salad. Maybe if you can maybe
Or ask.
Or
Like when
ask.
avocados at one time, when the cartel took over, whole nother conversation. But
Yeah.
we were telling customers that had avocados like in a sandwich or salad automatic to ask the customer, do you want the avocado? And then if you do, there will be an increase, right?
Right.
But you got to take the increase. If you're getting the
Mhm.
increase, it is what it is.
That's-
So it's just a really
so
neat tool.
where do people go? Like, what is the...
So basically, you just kind of just go into your search bar in Google and just type in Sysco Market Corner, and it's going to take you right to that site.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool platform.
Like, and anybody can do it. That is...
Anybody.
it's just-
Yeah, you don't have to be a customer.
Huh.
You just, like I said.
Okay, but that's really cool
Yeah.
that Sysco does that.
Yes, ma'am. Mhm.
And then you were talking about a factor in things was, warehouse, where are you keeping it, where all the things. Well, something that y'all have coming up is your like being able to pull from not just Jacksonville but also Orlando. like
Correct.
Cisco.
So we have a
You can
warehouse
touch on
in
this.
Jacksonville.
Just launched.
Yeah, just launched on Sunday.
Hmm.
So not only are we able to pull product from Jacksonville, but if these customers order before noon, they'll get that product the next day from Orlando. So basically what we're doing is we're having drivers go from Jacksonville to Orlando every single day.
So what
Back
this
and
does is basically allow people to like order more. So
They'll
you
order
have like different, like more variety. What?
Yeah, twofold. It definitely opens up the book more, so more variety. So with
I think they said it was
Central Florida,
3,000 new items.
yeah, with Central Florida has it. We don't currently stock, but we could get it special order. Might
Right, you
take
could
7 to
always
10
get it.
days,
Okay.
but now you get the next day. Right, we're just speeding up the process.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's going
Huh.
to help out of stocks as well. So say
Okay.
if if something was out of stock in Jacksonville, if they order it before noon, we'll be able to pull it from Orlando and they'll still get it the next day.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just broadening our
so you just
reach.
you keep making it every time I bring you on here. I feel like you have something else where you've made just another feature for your customers to
Yeah.
take advantage of.
And working, like I know I say it all the time, but working for the biggest food distributor in the world kind of gives you that power. So
It makes me
Oops.
like, if you couldn't tell me that you're not the biggest food distributor in the world, like, but my heart is all about taking care of our people. And that's why you and I have such a great relationship, is we have the same goal, and it's taking care of our people. And because you go in as strangers,
Mhm.
like you just start, hey, I'm Alison, I'm Jamie, whatever, and then they become your family because you deal with them every single week and go through things with them. And I don't know that everybody gets that experience from their food rep. I think it's really cool that you don't take, that you guys, Sysco as a whole, there's no commission. So that's not a factor into food costs.
and that's what I loved about this job, is being a salaried employee, because when the price drops, I'm going to make sure, the price is going to drop.
Yeah.
But back in the day, before I started out here, I'm not going to say any names, but there were competitors where if it dropped, they didn't drop their price, because they were on commission, whereas it
Yeah.
doesn't matter to me. So
Mhm.
I'm like, and that's why I felt like God put me in this town for a reason. Jason did get me hired, but regardless.
I was going to say, Jason, are we going to?
I was trying to get you hired in Valdosta, though.
That's true, that's true.
And then you said you're moving here. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you got to hire him.
But that's why I think God put me in this area to help out these people that I was born and raised with. That's what I love to do.
Yeah. And I mean, people don't need to think that like It's easy because we all get mad at each other, like real. I mean, like real. And then we make up and then we figure it out. But the one thing that I can always say is if you got to drive to Jacksonville or you got to do something or you got to find some tomatoes somewhere, you go do it
We'll
for
make
your
it happen.
people. Yeah, you make it happen.
It's a relationship game, and he's got some of the best relationships I've ever seen. It's pretty
But I think
pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I think it's a testament. You work on those relationships.
Big time.
And you
Oh yeah, these weren't. Yeah, there was no layups.
No.
But it's about, Allison, it's about being there for these people. If the phone rings, if you need to answer it, because if you don't answer it, somebody else will.
Absolutely.
And I'm making sure that I'm the guy that answers that phone.
Yeah, but you're also going the extra mile because I've seen you in so many different restaurants that, especially like on their opening or soft openings or stuff, you'll be waiting tables and stuff. The first time I think I met you, maybe a couple of days later, I see you. I'm like, wait, is that Jamie? Like, what is he do?
Yeah.
Is he busting a table right now? Like, what's happening?
When you get the grill or
Yeah.
Well, that was another incident. Yeah, but she's talking about when I was helping wait tables at Firefly. But
Yeah.
Funny story about Tekken over at Op.
Yeah.
He called me one night and he decided he was going to do steak night. And we went ahead and, got the steaks in. And I assumed that, Tekken, they already knew what they were going to do. So
Yeah.
he called me the night before and he's like, I need your truck. Because Tekken lives right around the corner from me. He's like, we're going to put my grill in your truck and you're going to grill steaks for me that night. And I was like, yes, sir. So that Thursday night, I was grilling steaks.
I don't even know if he told you were grilling steaks.
He did.
I think he just said, hey, I need your truck. And you.
Yeah.
So come back. You went on that first night. He was the grill and the steaks.
Yeah.
They got better.
Yeah, they did get
Yeah,
better.
it's been over a year now. So yeah, I think they have got a lot.
Give it another shot.
Yeah. So
But given the time and everything else like that we were going through during that, like people were very appreciative.
yeah, it was fun.
Not a lot of people are doing that.
Nobody is doing that.
Yeah,
I have
that's
not
what I'm
ran
saying.
into anybody else that's doing that.
It's very, very rare.
Yep.
What he does for his customer base.
And he takes care of our Camden people, and I just think that's great. Now I want to talk about like your perks program a little bit. Because it's something that I'm just trying to get used to and figure out what is that.
So it's basically a program that Sysco has rolled out for customers that spend $2,500 a week.
Okay.
That's basically the threshold. But one of the really cool things it does is, number one, these perks customers, basically kind of get what they want because they are such good partners.
Mm-hmm.
But we give them, 6-day-a-week delivery, no minimum. They could order, whatever they need to. If they forgot or if something was out of stock, they'll get it the next day. And it's not an approval process. Like it's just the computer just says your perks and it just kind of goes right through. It's a really cool thing. Jason can probably allude to what it does with the menu and analysis and the profit. And
Yeah, with anything else, like it's called perks, so you get perks, right? So there's sometimes they depend on, I guess the magnitude of the account will dictate how much certain things would cost, not food wise, everything else wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a perks customer, we have a team that can cost out your whole menu for you. It's just another perk of being a perks customer, right? So if you're going to partner up with us, we're going to partner back up with you real quick.
mm-hmm.
There's a lot more features and benefits, right? The rabbit hole is very deep with Sysco. How deep do you want to go? We can stop at any time and go deeper, right? It doesn't matter, but there's a lot of features and benefits of spending $10,000 a month with us.
Yeah. But there's also like benefits of just being a Sysco like customer, because you guys offer something at no cost when people are like, and I'm going to get it all wrong, so I'm going to stop talking in just a second, but the like having the menu analysis, but also like being able to create your create
Yes.
like you have a kitchen, you have let's talk about that.
And that's one of the coolest things I think that we do is having a chef in Jacksonville at the warehouse where and it's like Jason said before, it's like a mini food show for that customer.
Seriously.
And we can do that for any customer. It doesn't matter.
Prospects too, not just
yeah. If we have
customers.
a future customer, we can do it for them as well. We just took, we had a European imports show for customers, and I just took Kraken Coffee.
Did you?
Chris and Bill went up there with me and Jason were actually there with them on Tuesday, and it was just such a cool, like, they see all these items, and the chef is just basically just cooking for them, and they're sitting at this bar, and it's just such a cool experience.
But you get to pick. Like, you can figure out what you want your menu to be, and I think that is so cool because, the journey of opening up a restaurant is not exactly easy. You're jumping through a lot of hoops, a lot of decisions have to be made, and by the time you get there, it's nice to have people to bounce it off of and have you kind of help guide, because the thing is, you know everything. You know your cheeses, your this, your that, and it's like, I don't know all that stuff,
Well, you want to do your research and development. at our test kitchen, because you have your corporate chef to talk about product mix. We'll bring in a protein specialist to talk about proteins. We bring a produce specialist to talk about produce. Italian specialist to talk about Italian. Whatever avenue you want to go, whatever lane you want to go. But let us do all that for you, because you're like you said, open up a restaurant, a lot of red tape. You're hurrying up to wait type scenario. So while that's going on, let's get the menu dialed and the product dialed in. So when you're ready to launch, it's full launch.
One of the biggest ones we did recently last year was for Chris Awad when he opened up the Riverwalk Pizzeria. Him and his whole staff came in there. We had a huge pizza oven, and I bet we made probably 50 different kind of pizzas for Chris.
We had a lot of pizza that day.
Yeah, we had a lot of pizza that day.
I got to take advantage of that. And maybe y'all are just trying out dough then. I don't remember.
I think
but there was something I could eat all kinds of pizza.
Yeah. So once we had Chris in there and he decided, he and his wife were like, all right, this is what we want to do. This is the kind of direction. Well, then the chef came down to St. Mary's to Chris, when in his restaurant said, okay, now that we got it dialed in, this is how I would do it, based on your setup. And it was just, I don't know, it's just such a cool thing. I don't know. I love that.
It is cool. And like everybody you bring in, to us, like we always have the best time.
I try not to bring him in too many places.
I know.
But
he'll be showing out.
I do rely on him a lot. So I kind of bring him around.
We talk every week or two.
Like I said,
every week or two, whatever.
Every day. He's
I
like
need to get on that text thread.
He's like that mean older brother, but it's okay. It's all good.
So what do you do, Jason?
I mean, mainly just mess with Jamie Monday through Thursday-ish.
Yeah.
And then turn it on.
Yeah.
No, but my title is new business developer. So I go hawk down new business, or maybe existing business where there's still, where we don't have the lion's share. And I'm an extension of the district sales manager. So if they need assistance with whatever, or Jamie's, like, it doesn't matter. I'm a phone call away. I'm very, I don't know, we're lucid. We do what we got to do.
Yeah.
We're just here to help.
I like it though.
Yeah.
So what can we is there anything about this summer that we need to know as far as food is concerned, or things that are going to be higher, lower?
Yeah.
Beef's going up.
If it's on a grill, it's going up.
Yeah.
It's grilling season. Right. So everyone says the market trend, but it's also, it's the retail supplier trend, right? So in the summer times, what do? We grill more.
Yeah.
We're outside more, right? So just like anything else, supply is going to go down, demand's going to go up, price goes up. Right. So that happens every year.
Yeah.
And then, as we get through summer, then we get into the holidays, ribeyes, tenderloins go up, strips take a dive. Like, it's just it's the pattern, but you just got to be prepared for it.
Know it's coming.
Right.
It's going to happen.
Right.
Regardless.
Every year.
Yeah, every year.
And I love what Jason told me one time, where he said that when people are trying to price their menus out, because you don't want to go up every week or whatever. Jason had told me one time that you always want to price it out from our market data where it's at the highest. So you're always going to make money as a restaurant owner, because you never want to, if it's this high, you're still going to make money if it's here. So, but when it's still,
you can't price it out when the market's at a low, right? Because then you're priced out here. Yep. The market takes the increase, then you're losing money till it goes back low. So go to high point, price it off high point.
The way you said is very cool, because like that's the business end of this. And I think a lot of times, especially in our town, like people have talent and they have passions, and they know they want to open up a restaurant, and they get a lot of the stuff, but they don't know some of that. And I think it's really cool that y'all will come alongside and help educate, because it's not that people are stupid. It's just that like you don't know what you don't know.
Correct.
And so I think with opening a business, there are just so many components to it. And sometimes all people come to the table with is their talents and their passions.
Yeah.
And they want to do that. But the business, they never went to school for business. Like I didn't go to school for business. Like I've had to learn a whole lot just being here. So I think it's really cool that Sysco provides a place where people can, where you guys go on the whole journey, and we can start from this point, but we'll help you every step of the way. And I just think that's really that y'all do that.
It's really cool. Huge learning curve, right? So let us help you with the curve.
Yeah,
that's it.
And what's cool is a lot of y'all have worked in restaurants before, so you understand everything about restaurant, and then you get on this side of it.
He used to own one.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I was an operating partner of a restaurant in Jack's Beach for a little bit. Prior to that, it was corporate America restaurant operations, but then made the flip and came to Sysco.
Yeah. So who came first, you or you?
He did.
He brought you on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy that you did that, or?
I'm happy he did it.
Nah, Jamie's a rock star, man. He's top notch. He's one of the best, and I do he knows us. We do mess with. We have to. We have a great working relationship, and you have to have that relationship, right? But when it's time to get to work, we get to work.
Yeah.
And that's lights out.
Mhm.
I like
And
to
take care of our customers first, and then we'll make fun of each other later.
yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
I like to have fun too, but we're
Got
got to be
to.
done,
Got
or
to.
I can't get there. You know.
But I do love the fact that even though I am, the face that they see every day, they have a relationship with Jason as well.
Mhm.
So, because he's helped me so much along,
Yeah.
journey with these accounts. And, if I can't figure out something, it's just first thing can Jason figure this out? I'm sure he can.
Yeah.
So then I'll call Jason, or they'll call Jason.
Yeah.
Be like, Jason, Jason will say, hey man, did you know like such and such called me? And I'm like, I figured it probably would, because you know more about that than I do. Because he's a different side of it than I am. So
Now, do Gabe and Ari, like, do they like to go? Do they have favorite restaurants, or do you make them go to like everywhere? Like,
I
all
make
the
him go
things.
everywhere. Ever
Yeah.
since I started with Sysco, I have, in almost 6 years in October, I have not been to a franchise restaurant since
Yeah.
then.
I get it.
Because I want to feel like I'm supporting,
Mhm.
the mom and pops, everybody around here. They have their certain spots that they love going.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because every time we go anywhere, Ari always wants to go in the back door because he's like, Dad, that's where you go.
Yeah.
Where of course Gabe is, she's like, I'm going to be a normal person and go. through the
Yeah,
front
I'm gonna
door."
be a normal person.
But
love Gabe.
Ari's just like,
Yeah.
Daddy, let's go back there. And any kitchen we walk back, it never fails. They're like, Ari, they're all
Oh, I
the
love
cooks.
that.
Everybody knows him, giving him high fives.
Yeah.
And of course, the owner will walk in and give Ari a high five, and it's just Ari just feels like he loves it.
Well, that's cool. He gets to be special like that.
He does. He
So
does.
that's cool.
He does.
Now Jamie, we were talking earlier how you do a lot of our chamber members. They're your customers, and I hate even calling them customers because that doesn't feel like what they are.
No, they're not. But I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, but are there any like updates from any of the restaurants that you're dealing with right now that?
Yeah. I kind of want to give a shout out to Chris Awad and his family. They actually were the sponsors for Ari's basketball team and his baseball team. And I was one of the coaches, but we
Wait.
Yeah, I know. Right?
We'll get on
That's
that
a whole
in minute.
conversation.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Coaching.
Yeah.
But anyway, we had, there's 3-4 of us really good buddies, and we wanted all our kids to play on the same team.
Yeah.
Well, Chris kind of said the things like, hey, if you need a sponsorship, let's do it. And I was like, I don't know if you can really do that, but okay, let's try it.
Yeah.
And Chris paid for our trophies. He paid for our after school or after party, after the season party and everything. And we had our team name is the Locals.
Oh,
it's such a cool name anyway. But we had ChatGPT draw up, his restaurant design there, and we put it on our shirts. And it's so funny. You're like, hey, Chris? Like you people, I'm like, yeah. I know Chris pretty good. He's a buddy of mine.
But I do want to say about Chris, I know this podcast isn't supposed to be about him, but he does a really good job.
Oh yeah.
And he is so into our community and willing to help wherever. It is, he's amazing. So he's brought a whole lot to downtown St. Mary's, and we are just so thankful for him. He actually donated to-go boxes.
I know. That's just
for
kind
me.
of stuff Chris does.
Like, yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's
Just
a good
good
dude.
guy.
I think he sometimes likes Jason a little bit better than me, but I'll kind of accept that fact.
I don't know. Let's see.
But another one, we were talking about chamber members, Mr. Dan Black,
Yeah.
and Rosanna. They have now, I think I can say it, they have fully acquired 100% of the WePub and the Firefly.
Oh, wow.
So the Firefly thing is coming, but it's been out there, everybody knows about it. So, Dan's just, he's taking on a lot now. Him and Rosanna are taking on a lot. Plus they have Avant Catering, so.
And Amelia events.
Yeah, and Amelia events. I actually had the Sysco president out here yesterday meeting with Dan, and, he was like, all right, Dan, let's, what you need. Like, you tell me what you need and we'll make it happen. So I thought that was kind of cool. The other thing is Tekken is now over at Ops in Kingsland is now like one of the big sponsors for Camden County Wildcats.
He is.
For the football.
He is.
Like they're doing the radio show there for him now.
Yes, and the Queen of Hearts fundraiser.
Queen of Hearts fundraiser.
Y'all get to that.
Yeah.
But yes, but yeah, they're doing something every Wednesday night. But he's even going above and beyond with that, like just trying to help. And every elementary school with Ops got a little like, here's some free pizza.
Free pizza
like,
and
what?
dessert.
Like what?
And dessert.
And he's like, Alison, take it around. And I'm like, what?
That's Tekken. That's
He's
just
great.
how he is.
But
Yeah.
Another great guy.
I wish people, I hate seeing on Facebook and stuff when people are like, what businesses support their community? I'm like, are you kidding me?
A lot of them. A lot.
What? But anytime I call, Tekken or Chris or most of our restaurants here, they're like, Allison, yeah, what do you need? What do you need? And
Kraken, that's a perfect example. Kraken's another one that does a lot.
Kraken, she got me to-go boxes too. We were feeding the kids with the football team, and we needed to-go boxes because we're dry running, feeding them really healthy food.
Yep.
And so yeah, Chris was like, yeah, here, Chris Watt and Chris from Kraken,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and Tekken actually all got to-go boxes for me. You know, that's stuff they don't have to do.
But
And
they do it because they know it helps the community. And they're-
Speaking of Kraken, I would keep your eyes on their social media page.
oh yeah,
Might be some stuff happening in the very near
Okay.
future.
yeah, it might be something pretty big happening with them. So
stop it.
keep your eyes and ears open.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to follow. Okay, Chris. I'm gonna call him. We'll find out.
But one other person that I do want to kind of give a little shout out to is my girl Janie Highsmith at the Lunchbox.
Oh, the lunchbox. Listen, Janie, if you hear this, I need you to be a chamber member. I don't know how we make this happen, but we need to make it happen. I love me some lunchbox.
I always joke with Janie. I'm like, hey, Allison says you're one of the ones she's going to get, and Janie goes, well, you know, it'll happen. So, but Janie is just I have one of the best relationships with Janie. She is so much fun, and it's so funny with Janie. And I'll tell this little story real quick. I used to be terrified of Janie.
Yeah.
Terrified. This was one of the
You still
accounts.
is.
Be quiet, Jason. So probably. So Janie was an account that I was sat in every single day, or I'm sorry, every Monday for 2 years just to get her to talk to me. She wouldn't do it. I mean, not every Monday. And I called Jason, like, what do I do? He's like, dude, you got to be persistent. Just go in there. Don't ask for anything. Just sit, eat. If they talk to you, finally. Well, I guess one day she came up, her server came up to me. This was 2 years now. And she said, Janie wants to talk to you. And I kind of started shaking a little bit. I'm like, man, this is my shot.
Yeah.
What do I do?
So I went back there and Janie goes, hey, when I was using something messed up, I need you. I said, yes, ma'am. And then that was 3 years ago. And now Janie's 100% Sysco. Yeah, it was 3. Yeah. She's 100% Sysco and a great relationship with her. Well, you know, she's just, I don't know, the best buffet in town, of course.
100%.
Yeah. But
Listen, I love that fried chicken.
yeah, I've just never seen a restaurant
Tear up.
at 10:30 when they open at 11 have a line that wraps around the.
Anytime I have been there, I have been there early.
So-
Yes.
But yeah, I didn't want to get on tangent about everybody, but yeah, just this whole community is just so supportive, you know. And they look at me and they're like, look, man, Jamie, I don't consider you a salesman. You're more of like a friend that we just happen to buy groceries from. And I'm like, that's how I want it to be.
Well, you're also not making money off of them.
I'm not.
Like you personally.
Cisco's paying me.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
yeah, like you personally, you're not like none of
No,
what you're doing with them
correct.
is going in your pocket. And I just think that's important for people to know. And I don't know if I'm supposed to shout all that out, but it's
No, that's fine.
for me, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I know how big of a deal that is and what it says about you
Correct.
because you're not.
It's a lot of time, right? It's a lot of work.
is.
We call it like the 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. work, right?
Yeah.
And that's where he shines also, where a lot of people are just shutting the computer down,
Mhm.
clocking out, so to speak, right? But that's why he owns Camden County.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of outside work because I know people always joke, they're like, man, you're just going around and joking and having fun. I'm like, yeah, that's fun.
It took a lot of work to get
It's
there.
a lot of work to get there.
It's not like this happens overnight.
People used to say, like, what do you do? Just talk to people all day? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's all we do. is
That's
just
what I
talk.
do. But, you know, even saying that, like you help us with our military tour. Like when
Yes.
our restaurants, so every Wednesday we do a military tour for the new sailors coming into Kings Bay and you meet them at Ops and I think in St. Mary's. Are you doing locals or
Yep,
something?
I sure do.
So like you meet them there when the owner or whoever can't be there. Ops you've been doing. I think Tekken just likes you doing it.
Yeah.
But you're always like you're there to tell them about the business. And what was funny when I've watched you do these is everyone you do, you always say, and we have this here and we have this here. It doesn't matter what restaurant you're in.
Yeah.
It's a we situation. So he's like you. I don't even know if you know that you do that.
I probably don't.
But
no.
like it's always we, no matter what restaurant you're in. Like
Yeah.
you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're talking to the
Yeah.
military.
And one of the things I always feel like whenever I do those military tours is I always tell them like, look, we're a tight knit community. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, you do have your big franchises that have, but we just call it the Sysco Mafia.
Yeah.
Because anybody can borrow from anybody because
Yeah.
they know they're getting it from me anyway. So it's whether it be sugar or flour or whatever, they're like, hey, Jamie, and that happens all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Be like, hey, Jamie, can you see if such and such? I ran out of milk or I ran out of, I need a 50 case of sugar.
Mhm.
Let me see what I can do for you. And then I'll call somebody, they'll take it over there. And then, they just kind of
But that can only happen if somebody has relationships.
correct.
And if you don't have relationships to be able to do that,
Correct.
then it's, but you make sure you have relationships.
Yes. Yeah. And I
With
make sure that they have a
everybody.
relationship with each other too. So all these owners, I feel like they like each other as well. Like there's no competition.
Yeah.
It's friendly competition,
It's friendly.
Which
yeah.
is
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
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 which is okay.
Yeah. The only one that ever
It
gets
is okay.
jealous about anything is Dan.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I mean,
I'm talking about you, Dan Black.
Dan Black.
He's always like, but anyway, I'm just kidding. I give Dan a hard time.
Yeah.
But no, everybody's cool with each other. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, that just makes it fun.
It is fun. Man.
I gotta, it's not like this everywhere. Like, I hope everyone knows that.
What do you mean?
Like how the Camden County operates, like how Jamie operates, but how all the restaurateurs operate with almost like friendly fire, right? It's not like that everywhere.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like Jacksonville or Fernandina or something?
I'm not going to put people on blast, but I'm just saying, I go around to a lot of counties and it's not like this everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I know.
It's very cool to see like how this Camden comes together.
I used to work in a restaurant a long time ago, and like it just, I did not have the. We're not going there.
Yeah. I know.
But I didn't have relationship with my food reps at all. Like they changed all the time. It just wasn't a thing, and maybe it's because it was more corporate and all the things, but still, I think it's so cool and it's so helpful because it does. Like I preach that the chamber is a family, and that we don't care what you look like or none of that. Like just come to the table if you're trying to do good for this community. That's literally all. And just been nice to have you.
And one cool point you just made about that, and it's not just the owners that know me. I know all the back of the staff. I know the back of the house. I know all the front of the house because. And it's like I've told people that I've trained, I'm like, man, make sure you know everybody because who knows if that dishwasher one day, he could be the manager or he could be the owner. He could be deciding who buys food. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like you need to be tight with everybody. And every single restaurant, I promise you, front and back, know exactly who I am.
But you don't fake it.
No,
so
no, it's definitely not a fake.
No, like we talk pretty much every day because for some, like, hey, you got 30 seconds. I just need you to know this, and whatever it is. And so I just think maybe people don't have relationships like that in other places, but I don't know why not, because this right here is special.
Yeah. No, it's not, I mean, it's pretty rare.
Because anybody that knows me knows that like I put my whole heart into the Chamber of Commerce and in what I do. I love my people hard. And I feel like that's why our relationship, it was so natural because, I mean, I've never met anybody that does the same,
Yeah, not to get his head any bigger.
I know, I'm trying, I'm like, I'm going to have to cut this off.
Feed the beast.
Feed it.
But no, there's certain reps that have great relationships, but then Jamie takes it that step further, and that's what makes him different.
Yeah.
Right. There's some great relationships out there, but then there's his relationships, which they're untouchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So if you have that, that's hard to break.
Yeah.
But again,
I mean, you're not perfect. I don't want everybody to think he's
it's okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Perfect, but
we clean up a lot of mess.
yeah.
That's what Jason, one thing, anytime I call him, he goes, my mess what do you clean up now? I'm like,
but
mop in get the broom, come on.
But I feel like it's not about messing up or not messing up. It's about when you do mess up, you'll fix it. You fix it.
Yeah.
It's the reaction time.
It's the reaction, that 100%.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Yeah. So, and I'm grateful he has a great team to help with those messes.
Yeah, thanks, Jason.
It's few and far between.
There you go.
Was there? I know we've covered a lot. I'm thankful you came in here. We are going to do rapid fire before we leave.
Food show.
Yeah, food show. I want to talk about our food show.
Yes, let's talk about it.
So Sysco has a food show in Daytona, October the 7th.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of ways, but I try to, all these customers that I have, I've been kind of giving them a geared up, but it is so much fun.
What do you do at a food show?
What wouldn't you do at a food show?
Like, is it just food?
It's food. It's
technology driven. It's not just food. It's also the business side as well. I mean, we had the last show we did. It was a phenomenal turnout. It was too big of a turnout, right? So now we learned, obviously, because we didn't have one since pre-COVID.
Oh yeah.
But this one in Daytona, it's gonna be something special.
Yeah.
So who's invited to that?
Anybody can go to it. That's anybody, prospect, customer, whatever. I mean, anybody can go.
Wow.
They just need to get in touch with me so I can, RSVP them and let them in. Find out how to, get Sysco and let them in and everything. But yeah, anybody can go.
Wow.
It's such a cool.
Hey, everybody should be there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The nights before are a lot of fun too.
So I've heard. I've never shouted out. Just what I've heard. Yeah. All right, guys. Was there anything because you made the trip up here to talk to me today. So was there anything you wanted to say, not Jamie related?
I think we touched on everything that we wanted to touch on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I know your biggest thing she wanted to make sure was the market corner. And if you could think of anything, I think we covered that, but anything else you can think of market wise?
well, the market corner is great, right? It is. There's a lot of data there, but it's data that's needed, right? So why. So when people say what's going on, right? It's another outlet, right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'll probably be on there every Friday now. Like, okay, what's going on?
I mean, because it's easy just to say the market, the market's up.
Too easy to say that.
Too vague. Give me some details.
Yeah.
Right. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my business if I'm a restaurateur. What decisions do I need to make today for next week?
And is this something that's going to be an ongoing problem?
Yeah, is this a short term, long term?
Yeah.
Like,
what is it
here? Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables, and we can figure out those variables pretty quick.
You know, getting to know like this whole side of things. Like now, I pay attention to like bird flus and all the things, and I'm like, man, everything has an effect on this.
Yep.
What you do.
Yeah,
yes. What we eat.
wild.
All the things. It's just so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank y'all for today. This will not be the last time you're in here. We'll definitely be bringing you guys back.
Yes,
'cause
ma'am.
I do love the updates, and I love all the new things you have. And I have so many people that are wanting to open up restaurants or wanting to find out information. And so I want to put this here for them, to know that there are people you can reach out to and have some help any stage of the game.
Correct.
Whether you've been in a restaurant for 15 years and just never used Sysco, you definitely should give it a try.
And if
It's
not
definitely-
just for that, I mean, just for like I said, the company being as big as it is, but I promise you, nobody's going to outwork me and Jason. Nobody.
And I can attest to that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
That ain't happening.
Nope.
100%.
All right, I'm rapid firing, but these are going to Jason. You
Do it.
ready?
Do it.
All right, Jason. What is your most useless talent?
Besides dominating hip hop karaoke at a Applebee's in Jacksonville,
Wow.
I would say that's probably.
That's a
I put on a show.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's a whole show.
It's a whole.
Okay.
It's a whole
Okay.
thing.
Do you
It's
have
a
like
whole
a
thing.
go-to song?
You know, it really doesn't matter. I might go 90s. I might go 90s.
Oh, yeah, 90s
You know, some
for
old
sure.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's go 90s.
Okay. All right.
That was a good year.
All
Or
right.
a good decade, I mean.
Yeah, it was a good decade. What is a phrase that you overuse?
I use this. All right. So I use this at work. I use this just in general. I use
Anywhere you can. Yeah.
So basically, it's if somebody says, if I get the quick no, and not just, I'm not talking about just work, I'm just talking about in general. Like if it's too quick or we can't do that.
Yeah.
I just say, well, my son was born deaf and he can hear, which he can. He was born
Okay.
deaf. And this is, I mean,
This is
slated.
serious. Yeah.
Yep. And at 2 years
Yeah.
old, he's bilateral cochlear implanted. So he can hear me. So when someone says we can't do that, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it when he says that.
I mean,
That's
say
the
a lot.
best one.
But it's
I wish I could
it-
use that.
But it puts some stuff in perspective. That's what I'm trying to do. Is like let's get out of that silo. Let's put in perspective. Let's figure out a way.
There's
Because
gotta
if
be
we
a
can
way.
do that, we can definitely get this case over here if need be.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's got to be a way.
There,
Mhm.
I love that.
Hmm.
So your son was born deaf.
Yeah.
Wow. I bet that's been a journey.
It's been a ride.
Yeah. That's a different podcast, but
Yeah. It's been great. He's great.
What was our last question, Jamie?
I'm trying to
I
remember
mean, what do you mean?
Oh,
Why do you ask me
please
that all the
about his
time?
Socks.
Oh, yeah, it
Please
was
ask him
socks.
About his socks.
I
Like,
don't-
okay, so what's the deal with socks?
Not going to wear them?
Wait.
Not gonna do it.
You don't ever wear socks?
No.
What is your deal with socks? What do I-
One more thing to do in the morning.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
There's a lot of stuff to get going.
Seriously?
And just
Allison, I ask
I
him
just-
every day. I'm like, Jason, please put on some socks, dude. And he just
Your shoes don't smell?
there's some we got like some insoles.
You take care of that?
We got this dialed in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we've been doing this for a while.
Do you like, oh, really? No,
Yeah.
with anything.
Yeah, no.
There's no shoe that you will put on a sock.
No, I don't know.
And all because it's one more thing. Like I thought.
I just don't like socks though. Like I don't know. Maybe it's a texture thing. I don't know. Like I just don't want them on my feet.
Allison, I got to tell you one more thing. So I do love this guy.
It's
I really
flip
do.
flops or these shoes right now. That's my
I
life.
love
It's
it.
summertime.
Yeah, he showed me his
Amen.
tan line earlier on his feet. But anyway,
Oh,
I used to
Flip
think.
flops.
Yeah.
So I always wondered why he was so like into work like he is. This guy, I'm not going to say the restaurant, but it's not in Camden County. It's away. But what this guy did was when he was a district manager, he had one account that was probably the best account that Sysco had at the time for
Mhm.
a while, like in the top 50
Definitely for our district.
for our district. Yeah.
And then
But anyway,
and for
so
the
what
outcome.
Jason did was he got the owner to hire his daughter. because he wanted to keep an eye if competition was coming in. Isn't that nuts? Like, that's how in depth this guy
She
went.
didn't work for free. I mean, she got paid.
She got paid, but the owner hired her, and Jason was like, "Hey, could you hire my daughter?" She's like, "Yeah, of course." She's a college student. So if the daughter would call Jason anytime competitors walked in, and Jason, he'd be up there in 5 seconds. Yeah, like, what are we doing here? So that's
genius.
That's the kind of guy he is. I just want to
Put a
Ain't
flag in
nobody
the ground.
taking this account from me.
that's the kind of guy
We're
that Jason
we're
was.
still going strong.
Yeah.
Talk to her all the time.
Yep, sure do. Yep. Still a big account. Yeah.
I love that. Y'all are so much fun. I
Yes,
could keep
ma'am.
you here all day, but people are probably like, "Can you wrap it up?"
Yeah,
So
I gotcha.
I'm gonna do that. Thank you, Jason. Thank
Thanks
you,
for having
Jamie. I really
Thank y'all
appreciate
so
y'all.
much.
Yeah. All right, guys. You've caught episode 102 of the Get in Your Business podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe.